Aye.
So here's the question. Should we continue to destroy statues in history of the Confederacy and the American Civil War? I say no. And Tony says
Yes.
yes.
Absolutely.
And he is absolutely passionate about this. So the person who agrees will open with a statement. I think that we should not destroy these statues or destroy the history, because if you look back in history and you see other similar peoples doing this kind of thing, destroying their own history, it delves into the destruction of culture, the destruction of human beings, the destruction of tradition, everything that we hold dear, and it delves into a bit of dystopian society, even genocide. It happened in China, for example, with the Maoists, the Red Guard. They went and destroyed museums and history, and they forbade the practice of Buddhism and Hinduism in China and Taoism. They couldn't even practice their own religion. And the latter generations of today in China don't even know about the history previous to the 20th century. Maybe I could talk about Russia for a little bit. No, are you timing?
It's going.
In a minute? Okay. Yeah, maybe I could talk about Russia. Can't really think of anything to say about Russia, but this is what happened in China. There's my closing thought, or my
I'd like to remind you that we are debating about America and Russia. And the first slaves were brought here in 1619 by a bunch of colonizers. And America was built on the backs of black people. And we don't have equality today because we enslaved a whole race of people, and we cannot honor these people that fought to keep people in chains their whole life. That's my opening statement.
Nice to say 25 seconds.
Yeah.
You got enough?
very
It was
refined, very
23.
journalistic. So, Tony, I guess the best way to start this is with a question. Do you think that the war was meritable from the side of the Confederacy? Do you think that what they were doing was right? Their motivations were right?
You know I don't think that, because I'm arguing against that. So, no, I don't think it was a good idea because it was immoral. Because why would you fight for slavery? That's so evil. America is a colonist country. We took the land from the Indians, and we just need to give it back. And we need to give reparations very soon.
Why do we need to give reparations when...
Because we enslaved black people.
People are enslaved all over the world. This happens all the time. Are you saying that white people have to give reparations to the black people?
Oh, I'm saying that we shouldn't honor the Confederate statues, the people that, fought to keep these people picking cotton and be slaves.
Why? Evil is a part of our history.
Are you saying it's okay then?
No. It needs to be recognized.
So then we should take down the Confederate statues?
No, because we won't be recognizing it then. We would be forgetting it.
Well, by keeping them up, it's a celebration of slavery, is it not?
I don't think so. I don't think it's a celebration of slavery.
Explain how it's not.
I think it's a celebration of the war effort on their side, which happens to have a lot to do with slavery. But I still don't think that we should take them down just because of the reparations that we have to give back.
Well, how can you say that if you cannot give me another reason?
So he always stumps me. Tony, if we forget our history, if we destroy the statues, we're gonna have a big problem.
Why?
Because then history gets misconstrued. It already is. We're destroying the statues. We did that a lot in the around 2010. That was happening quite a bit. And anyone who even talks about this stuff is canceled, and they come back and they continue talking about it, and then they're canceled again. So it needs to be talked about, and the people who are trying to get this, trying to figure it out with their words, right? They're trying to stumble around in the woods, so to speak. You understand? And if they're not allowed to stumble around in the woods, how the hell are we going to figure out and determine what's good and what's wrong in history? Because then all of a sudden the black and white is going to mix in this kind of confused sort of way, and then it's going to be trapped for a long time. We're going to have people in the future come and extract the black and white from that mesh of shit.
Well, I think we should replace all the Confederate statues with George Floyd memorials because he was killed, and this is a racist country.
Do you think that's just George Floyd, or all the victims?
Trayvon Martin,
The newest, I forget.
Tyre.
Yes, yeah, I
Yeah.
just read that. So you think
we should defund the police.
So you think that we should glorify victimhood? Is that what you're saying?
No, that's not what I'm saying. I'm saying that we enslaved an entire race of people.
It's so hard because you say it with such seriousness, and I know you're fucking around. But anyway, so yeah, I think that what I'm hearing, Tony, is that you want to make sure that the Confederacy, the people who were advocating for slavery, are pointed at as the complete bad guys of that war by amassing these statues.
No, that's not what I said. I said they should be taken down and replaced with George Floyd.
What are your intentions with this?
To not celebrate the Confederate leaders who fought for slavery. I've said that 3 times now.
If you and I, if the world debates that the victimhood of George Floyd, of Emmett Till, of any of these people that we learned about in history, is their victimhood is to trump the truth and to try and figure out what's going on in the past, in our American past, then again, we will lose the ability to even speak about it. Because what's happening in our politics is the shout-down culture. And when I speak in class about this kind of stuff, everyone's against me. And that's kind of how I feel right now with your devil's advocate argument. I'm struggling right now, deeply.
That's why you needed to take this side.
Yeah, and that's how I feel in class. So if I can't talk about this, if what you're doing is what you're doing is you're oppressing the people who oppressed you, your feelings, and so what you successfully just told me is you're an oppressor. And what is your defense to that? Is it okay that you're oppressing the oppressed?
Yes.
Why?
Because America is evil.
Maybe you're evil too. Maybe we're all evil. Is America the only bad guy?
No.
White people the only bad guy?
No.
Who are your bad guys?
It doesn't matter.
I want to know.
I still don't think Confederate statues should be celebrated. It should be taken down.
Because of slavery.
Yes.
And America's evil.
Yes, we're colonizers. We're on stolen land. Mm-hmm.
So to go back on the oppressors, go back to the oppressor argument. I'm not sure if you'll understand this in your mind, the way that you are and the way that you think. But that's distracting me. But anyway, what's going to happen if you try and oppress me, or you try and oppress the oppressors that have so victimized you? What's going to happen is you'll see that everybody in the world will be an oppressor.
2 minutes.
Everybody will be a victim. 2 minutes left. The world is made up of victims and oppressors. Nobody can escape either role. So, say you as an individual, you are part of 6 groups. And I don't mean clubs, I mean sophisticated groups. In some of those groups, in at least one of them, you will be an oppressor. And the other way around can easily be said, you will be victimized. And that's kind of what happened in Russia.
Yep, I choose to be neither, and both points are invalid. The Confederate statues should not be up. They should come down and be replaced.
Fucking nail this time. You still don't think. Where's your reasoning?
Ad hominem.
No, I said that wrong. You still don't believe that they shouldn't be taken down, but you have no reasoning to back it up. That's what I meant to say.
I gave the reason from the start, which you've attempted to refute and haven't. I said America was built on slavery, and we should not celebrate those who fought for slavery.
I haven't made any progress. I'll hold out 20 seconds.
You're just gonna look at him for 20 seconds.
You're not gonna out-spirit me down and make me switch.
No, it's not going to make you switch. It's just, I need to look into the eyes of somebody who's thinking these things, even if it's fake. You know, try and understand a little bit. It's better than just ending it.
Those are the screams of slavery.
7 minutes.
Okay. All right, should I end it or do?
Yeah,
Yeah,
you
you
should
can.
Jesus Christ.